The courtroom was quiet that morning, the kind of quiet that comes right before something unusual happens. Judge Caprio sat at the bench with his gentle smile. The smile people expected. The smile that made the courtroom feel less like a courtroom and more like a community gathering. The bailiff leaned toward him and whispered, "Your Honor, you may want to brace yourself. The next case is a bit different." Caprio chuckled. "Different how? Did someone bring a goat into the courtroom again?" "No, sir," the bailiff said, shaking his head. "This time it's the police chief." Caprio raised a brow. "Well, now you have my attention." The door opened, and in walked Chief Raymond Carter, a tall, stern-looking man with shoulders broad enough to block the sun. His uniform was crisp, metal shining like freshly polished mirrors. And yet, there was a nervousness in the way he walked, the way students walk into a principal's office. He approached the bench. "Good morning, Chief Carter," Caprio said warmly. "Good morning, Your Honor," the chief replied, clearing his throat. "I'm here to challenge a citation." Caprio tilted his head, amused. "A challenge? I didn't know we were hosting the Olympics this morning." Soft laughter rippled through the courtroom. Chief Carter took a breath. "Your Honor, the citation is for me." The courtroom buzzed. Even Caprio leaned back. "You? The police chief? The man who probably hands out half the citations in the city?" Chief Carter nodded. "Yes, sir, and I'm here to challenge it with full respect to the court." Caprio folded his hands. "Well, Chief, this must be quite the story. Let's hear it." The story behind the citation. Chief Carter reached into his folder and pulled out a traffic notice. "Your Honor, I was cited for parking in a no-parking zone outside Lincoln Elementary School." Caprio scanned the citation. "And what exactly were you doing at the school?" Chief Carter hesitated, which was surprising for a man who commanded an entire police department. He paused. "I was delivering something." Caprio smiled. "This is already more interesting than my breakfast." The chief continued. "It was during last month's heavy rain. I was on my routine patrol when I saw a little girl standing alone outside the school gate. Her clothes were soaking wet. She was carrying a backpack twice her size." Caprio's expression softened. "I rolled down my window and asked where her parents were. She said her mother was sick at home and couldn't walk her in. She said she didn't want to be late, even if she had to stand in the rain until the school opened." The courtroom grew silent. "So," Chief Carter continued, "I parked my cruiser in the nearest spot, which happened to be the no-parking zone, and walked her inside the building." Caprio nodded thoughtfully. "Did you stay to make sure she was okay?" "Yes, Your Honor. The school counselor said the girl had been having a tough year, and I just didn't want her morning to start on a bad note." The judge leaned forward. "And how long were you parked in the no-parking zone?" 5 minutes, Your Honor, but rules are rules, and I'm here to face them." The challenge. Caprio rested his chin on his hand. "So your challenge is what exactly?" Chief Carter swallowed. "My challenge is simple. Your Honor, I want the full penalty. I don't want an exception or a favor. I teach my officers that nobody is above the law, not even me." The courtroom murmured in surprise. Caprio raised an eyebrow. "You want to pay the fine?" "Yes, sir." "And you came here personally to say that?" "Yes, sir." Caprio chuckled softly. "Well, Chief, I've had people try every excuse in the book. Dogs eating tickets, pigeons knocking signs down, neighbors plotting conspiracies, but I can honestly say I've never had someone request to pay the fine." The chief bowed his head slightly. "I believe accountability starts at the top. A judge's wisdom." Caprio took a long pause, the kind of pause he only made when weighing something meaningful. "Chief Carter," he finally said, "your reason for parking illegally was to help a child." "Yes, Your Honor. And after doing a good deed, you walked yourself right into this courtroom to hold yourself accountable." "Yes, Your Honor." Caprio sighed gently. "Well, you're making my job difficult, because I consider intent humanity and the circumstances surrounding every case." He leaned forward. "You broke the rule, but you did it for a reason every decent human being should applaud." The chief stayed silent. Caprio flipped the paper lightly. Chief Carter, I'm not dismissing this because you're the police chief. I'm dismissing it because you acted like a guardian of this community. You taught that little girl that someone cares. And you taught this courtroom something even bigger today. The chief blinked, surprised. But Your Honor, I asked for the full penalty. Caprio smiled, and I considered it. But justice isn't about punishing good deeds. It's about encouraging them. The courtroom erupted in soft applause, not loud but respectful. Chief Carter looked down, his voice tight. Your Honor, thank you. I didn't expect. Caprio cut him off gently. Chief, keep leading your officers with the same heart you showed that child. That's all the payment I need. The moment the courtroom will never forget. As the chief prepared to step back, a small voice came from the back of the courtroom. Excuse me, Judge. Everyone turned. A little girl, maybe 7 or 8, stood there holding her mother's hand. She wore a pink sweater and had a shy smile. Caprio motioned kindly. Yes, sweetheart. The girl said, That was me? I'm the girl he helped. A wave of emotion moved through the room. Chief Carter turned around, stunned. You're here. The girl nodded. My mom told me what you did. I want to say thank you. Caprio softened even more, something many didn't think was possible. The child walked up to the front and handed Chief Carter a small drawing. It showed a police officer holding an umbrella over a tiny girl. It's for you, she said. The police chief's voice cracked. Thank you. This means more than you know. Caprio looked around the courtroom. No matter our roles, judge, officer, parent, or child, kindness is what holds this world together.